Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first, video in this kind of style. Now, I am not huge into theory, like conspiracy theories, stuff like that, or theories and shows for that matter. However, I am a very big fan of Rooster Teeth's show, Red vs. Blue. And although the Shizno series, the most recent series, season 16, is not the greatest thing in the world. Oh god, that ending is terrible. In fact, the whole thing is bad. There have been some great characters, great story arcs, great villains, and great moments over the years. And one of those big villains is the Meta, also known as Freelancer Agent Main. He was the villain of Series 8. And although actually a surprisingly short on-screen amount of time, he definitely made a huge impact. From him, Griff took the Brute Shot, and then now known as the Griff Shot, which has made several appearances over the years, especially in the final scene of Season 13. During the standoff that we said action we get to see. But I digress. Point is, the Meta is a big villain, and the whole question of stability by his AI Sigma, which took over Agent Main and turned him into the Meta. Well, it's a pretty big part because it involves AIs. This is where we really get to see Church or Alpha or Epsilon, whatever you want to call him, as the AI unit that we know him as now. And I was actually watching a video by a YouTuber called Eruption Fang, who I really like. Eruption Fang, great YouTuber. He does a lot of theories and stuff, as well as Easter egg videos for stuff like Red vs. Blue, Camp Ruby, so Rooster Teeth production type stuff. If I ever, there will probably be a link to his channel at the end of the video above my subscribe button if I actually ever get around to putting a actual end card on this thing. Anyway, I was watching his Red vs. Blue season 15. Season 14. Season 14, because that was kind of weird non-chronological one. That was just a bunch of shorts, basically. I was watching his Easter egg video for that, and it kind of reminded me of something. That he's right, it's a technical error. So, I'm going to play parts from the Red vs. Blue, Carolina vs. the Meta Death Battle by Screw Attack. Now, they do get everything technically right in this video. I'm going to play the information card for the Meta, basically. Both parts of it without the middle part in it, because there's a clip in the middle where they test out the Griff Shot, or the Brute Shot on Griff. I'm going to leave that part out. I'm just going to play the information cards for the Meta here. And if you are a Red vs. Blue fan like I am, you'll probably instantly spot the error in this information card. Here you go.
Before there was Red vs. Blue, there was Project Freelancer. The Freelancers were highly trained soldiers with experimental weaponry and a mission so secret, not even they knew what it was.
Kinda stupid in hindsight, but these were true soldiers. The biggest and strongest of them all was Agent Main.
Main was the muscle of the team, relying on his brute strength, wrestling styles, and his unwavering ferocity to intimidate and crush his foes.
While he likes carrying an M6G Magnum pistol into battle, he really likes a certain alien grenade launcher he stole, the Type 25 grenade launcher, aka the Brute Shot. So the guy was a badass fighter. Too bad Project Freelancer ended up turning him into a monster.
Long story short, the director of Project Freelancer received a rare artificial intelligence for testing.
The director imagined an army of super soldiers paired with AIs, but he could only get the one.
Being the resourceful scientist he was, the director decided to torture the AI, forcing it to separate its raw emotions into multiple personalities to save itself. These personalities were captured as individual AI fragments and paired with different freelancers. Trust me, that's science.
Main was given Sigma, the AI fragment representing ambition and creativity. And apparently, being creative means you're fucking evil.
Desperate to gather his fellow AI fragments and reform into a perfect AI, Sigma manipulated and brainwashed Main, turning him into the murdering psychopath known as the Meta.
The Meta went on a rampage, betraying his fellow freelancers and stealing their AIs. He was like the Predator, but bigger, meaner, and with tons of overpowered equipment.
His domed energy shield creates a nigh-impregnable force field.
It can block bullets, explosions, and even shells from tanks.
Okay, so first off, if you've not seen Red vs. Blue, why are you watching this video? Leave right now. Second off, if you have seen Reverse Blue, but got a bit confused, because to be fair, freelancers and AIs are a bit confusing. That little intro to the info card for Agent Main kind of acted as a little bit of a reminder, because it showed a little bit of what Project Freelancer was all about. Now, if you do know the show a lot like I do, you will easily spot the technically incorrect statement there that is also technically correct. I'll go back to that in a second. Now, I want to talk about Agent Main and Agent Carolina. They are the two main focuses of this video. Let's start with Main. He was the brute muscle and the brute force of the team, as expressed in the video. Which means that he wasn't exactly the brightest bulb in the bunch. Is that how that saying goes? His brightest bulb, brightest man, whatever he was not necessarily the most intelligent or quick-witted person. Now, on a mission to steal something called the sarcophagus, which we never really found out a whole ton about, but, you know, a lot of those seasons are a bit confusing. It's supposed to have something to do with the AI units, though. Anyway, on that mission, Agent Main is pinned down and shot 9 times in the throat by a soldier, rendering him incapable of speech instead of dying like he probably should be dead, but the suit, I guess, saved him. Whatever. That's the main point about how he gets Sigma AI in the first place, because it was never given to him by the director. Actually, I think he's the only freelancer agent to not have his AI implanted by the director. Come back to that in a second. Let's talk about Agent Carolina. Agent Carolina is the daughter of the director of Project Freelancer and of course his wife Allison Church, who was killed in the Great War, and so then since that her memories, not really memories, but her emotions of her sadness of her death, which came from the Alpha AI, which are pieces of the memories of the director, became Agent Texas, the Beta AI, which was Carolina didn't really know was her mother for a long time, and they were adversaries. They hated each other. Even though one there was literally no physical body in that suit, unlike what they did with Private Jimmy, aka Church. Now, Carolina has had 4 AIs in her time with Project Freelancer, and to this date, apart from the Meta who made it his quest to collect AIs, these are the most AIs actually given to a freelancer agent. Well, I guess the last one wasn't given to her, but let's get into the AIs quickly. She had, I believe they're called Ida and Aloda, who were 2 AIs that were operating the same systems, and Compassion and stuff like that. Now, she didn't even get a chance to use them because Agent Main ripped them out of her neck when the ship crashed. Literally, their blood, I think for one of the first times actual, and like Rivers of Blue, ripped them out of her neck, blood splatters in the snow, whatever. But the one she's most known for using is the Alpha AI, aka the one that we know as Church or Epsilon, the one voiced by Bernie Burns. He's had different names, I'm just going to say the one voiced by Bernie Burns to make it simple. Those are 3 AIs. I'm wondering, who was her first? Well, it was Sigma. Now, when Agent Main lost his voice after being shot in the throat, I guess Carolina must have felt sorry for him because she gave him the Sigma AI. This is where the Carolina villainy or enabler part comes in. Now, you see, Sigma knew that he could never try the messability thing with Carolina. She's too smart, she's too intelligent, she would just pull the plug on him. She didn't need an AI to function, we know that much. I mean, hell, she's always been pretty kick-ass, AI or not. But when Sigma was given to Main, he saw a chance. He being Sigma, I guess, because to the genders, he's represented as a male AI. In fact, I think to my knowledge, they all are. Now, Sigma AI clearly saw that Agent Main was not smart, was not intelligent, easy to brainwash. And on the bonus side, he was strong. Sigma could take care of the intelligence easily. He was creativity, that was his part. Sigma was the creativity AI. And so he took over Agent Main and brainwashed him, and the rest is history. But now here's the part. Although you might think, okay, fine, Carolina made a mistake giving the AI to Main, she didn't know. Well, that might have been one of her only lapses in judgment in the entire series. That and not trusting York, because in giving the AI to the Meta, not only did she unleash hell on the Reds and Blues by accident, she also led to a lot of innocent deaths throughout the Reverse Blue universe. The Rat's Nest Troopers, he killed a lot of Sim Troopers, that's for sure. He also led to indirectly the deaths of Agent York, Carolina's possible lover, and Agents North and South Dakota. I mean, yes, technically speaking, South Dakota shot North to attract the Meta so she can get an AI, but then she was killed by a team of Caboose and Washington. Because Caboose, Control FU, team kills, funny. And as I guess it was called Church. The character voiced by Bernie Burns. That's not Vic or Lopez. Says you need to help her. He shoots her in the leg, or it shoots her. It's funny. But so you see, the main problem with all this is that I've been looking through the internet to try to find people who think like this, and all this evidence as I presented it. Go back and look at the series. Actually holds up. I mean, hell, Caroline wasn't even introduced in the show until a series later, so I can see why people didn't think this was a possibility. But you gotta remember, a lot of things like in season 9 and 10 were flashbacks. So the way the series functions is in no way chronological after the 8th season. I mean, hell, the 16th season, the Shizno Paradox, or they call it the Shit Paradox because it's a terrible abomination of a season. I'll get into that maybe in another video. I mean, hell, that entire series' plot is time travel. Although they don't actually go back and fix anything apart from trying to fix Washington's death. Not death, sorry, he didn't die, he gets shot in the neck and hypoxia and brain damage, all that stuff. You know, one time you think, this is the one point in time you think you just wish you could plug it in the Epsilon AI, give him memories back, you know what I mean? Actually, it's expressed in the Recovery series that the agent's memories are retained in their suit. Just pull the switch and give him his old memories back. God damn it. Season 16. Useless piece of shit. Anyway, back to the Carolina thing. Now, yes, she maybe is more of an enabler to the villain than an actual villain herself, but she is responsible for quite a bit of bloodshed, and death, and violence, and murder. She's also responsible for technically getting Brute shot, later known as the Griff shot, which has appeared in many different Red vs. Blue seasons, including the end of season 13. Now, the Meta was never the greatest villain that the show ever had. In fact, the show's never had necessarily great villains. They had great antagonists, sure. I mean, Tex is an antagonist as hell. Although, she's also doesn't physically exist, and it's confusing with her. And the director is a great villain. We don't know who he really is, but then he's just a sad old man who Caroline gives him his gun and he shoots himself. So, her gun. But, yeah. When it comes to legitimate villains, Wyoming from the Blood Gold Chronicles, another freelancer agent, who you see fight other freelancers like York when York defected. I mean, because Project Freelancers, they're meant to be super soldiers. They're never meant to be super evil soldiers. Well, they were. Wyoming was the great villain for the Blood Gold Chronicles, and then Tucker stabbed him with a sword. Swish, swish, stab. Yeah, funny. I remember back when Tucker wasn't a base fucking idiot like he is in season 16 because they already unwrote his entire character, fucking pissed me off. But yeah. So, overall, is Carolina a villain? Without her even being introduced in the show? Maybe not. Is she an accessory to murder? Abso-fucking-lutely. So, when you think about crime that's committed by a freelancer, yes, the Meta killed a lot of people. But Carolina enabled Agent Maine to become the Meta who killed a lot of people by giving him her first AI. So, this is a bit up in the air for debate. I love her as a character. I think she... If this does hold up, has completely redeemed herself as a character for what she's done for other characters in the show, and has always been showing, and her along with Washington have always been showing remorse for what they did. But this also explains when she finds out about how York died, trying to bring down the freelancer. Might hit a bit too close to home for her, and she does get a bit of a crybaby there. I mean, she has cried a few points in the show, especially with Wash. Carolina Washington arc was the only good part of season 16. Okay, and the animation. But apart from that, yes. So, make your decisions about this. I want to know what you guys think. Write that down in the comments, along with one other thing. So, if you guys actually saw the end of the Shizno Paradox Part 1, this first season, season 16. Okay, season 16 plus 1, because there was also a series called Recovery, which featured the death of Agent North, and the defection of Agent South, and Washington becoming a thing. It was introduced between 2007 and 2008, from December 2007 to December 2008. Anyway, in the end of the 16th full season, the Shizno Paradox, they all get brought back to Blood Gulch, the place where it all started, with different lines and jokes about amnesia, which I find cringy as fuck. Do you remember or not? Anyway, for season 17, because it's not done, that's a story arc, and they already said they're gonna fix it and figure it out, because even they admit it was terrible. Would you guys want to see a rehashed version, with the new graphics? So, it's been since Blood Gulch Chronicles. It's been since the first season first started in 2003. It's been 15 years since then. I think about it, this is a pretty shitty 15th anniversary season for season 16. Anyway, point being, would you guys want to see the intro be a remixed, better graphics version of the original intro? Same song, same Blood Gulch Chronicles intro, but with maybe, in the Halo 5 engine, or if they have access to it, since they actually work 343 to get the graphics in this game now, the Halo Infinite engine. If that would be like to be a thing, I'm actually trying to garner some attention for this with a wiki post pretty soon, and also some posts on the RT forum. But anything helps. I want to see this happen. I think it'd be pretty damn cool. I would animate this, but I have no animation tools, and it's also copyright stuff. So, anyway, basically, what I want to see happen is the intro for season 17 be a rehashed version of the season 1 intro. It's probably going to be a poll somewhere in the segment. Click that if there is. Otherwise, just put it in the comments down below. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm probably going to do a season 16 review at some point, just because I want to get out of my system how fucking horrendous that season is. Whew.